So I want you to talk, the theme here this week is known, this idea of identity and what God has called us to. And of course, now you're known as a TV star and Uncle Si. We know what it means when we hear that. But we were talking a bit backstage with your operations officer and of the company, and really there's a process. What people don't realize, you really know duck calls, and you and Jace work really closely together on this process. And I think it'd be fun to kind of really get beyond the TV persona and talk about your love of duck calls and how serious you take your craft.
Look here, people don't understand, especially animal rights people, okay? Okay, because they said, well, why are you hunting little defenseless animals, okay? Number one, they're not defenseless, okay? And number two, if pulling the trigger was all there was to hunting, I wouldn't even get out of bed, okay? I don't hunt for that. Number one, when I get up in the morning and I go duck hunting, okay? I'm out and I'm with the Creator that created all this beautiful stuff for us to enjoy. Okay? And I'm actually, it's a spiritual moment, okay? Watching a sunrise. Because that's the Creator, okay, doing his masterpiece. And look, he does it every morning and every evening. Okay? If you ever look at the beautiful colors on all the different species of ducks, okay, that's God's doing. Okay? He created all this stuff. And he created it for us, okay? I've got orders from headquarters to kill it and grill it.
So much of your story, Si, is tied to your time in Vietnam. And I'm just curious if you take us back there. Is there a story, a moment that sticks out that really meant a lot to you or shaped who you are? Because that is certainly a big part of your life, your service in Vietnam.
Look here, I've got where, I can't even watch TV on Memorial Day. Okay? Because they always have war movies on. Okay? Because I found out, like, probably 8 years ago, okay, watching it, and I found out that after the Vietnam War was over, we lost 50,000 troops, okay? I found out watching television during the break on the war movies that the guy and girl that come back home after serving their country and fighting the war, there was more committed suicide than we lost in the war. That's a black eye for America. Okay, and we've got the same problem right now with Iraq, and all these other places. Okay, so the thing that I really don't know what people do that don't believe in God. When like they go to a doctor and the doctor tells them, you're terminally ill with cancer. Who do they turn to if they don't believe in the Creator? The one that done it. And look, this has happened time and time and time again. Somebody calls us and says, look, hey, we've got this kid, he's got cancer. Okay, one of them failed at an event, doing what he does, preaching the gospel, does a little duck call demonstration and preaches the gospel. And the kid's in a wheelchair and they wheel him up there and he says, I've got cancer, I'd sure like to go duck hunting with you. And my brother said, well, hey, I'll say a prayer for you. He did. Left the event. Well, 2 years later, because he told him, he said, hey, look, I'll pray for you, and if the Almighty spares you and lifts you up, I'll take you duck hunting. So 2 years later, he's doing another event, and this young man walks up and he says, told Phil, did you remember me? And Phil said, you look familiar, but no, not really. He said, well, the last time you saw me, I was in a wheelchair, and I looked a lot different from what I did right now. I didn't have no hair, because I was taking chemotherapy and all this. And Phil said, oh, that's right. You was that kid I prayed to the Almighty about. And he looked at him and he said, hey, the Almighty lifted you up, didn't he? And he said, yes, sir, he did. And he said, And Phil said, "I guess you're here to collect on your duck hunt." He said, "Yes, sir, I am." So, hey, he took it, and look, that's happened time and time again. People ask for a prayer, okay? We say a prayer for them. And look, the Almighty lift them up, okay? And being God, He can do that, okay?
That's right.
He'll show mercy on who He wants to. But I'm just telling you, I look, you know, and I'm amazed. I look out here right now, okay? And I'm amazed, okay? You know, that America has embraced the Robertson family like they have. And we're humbled by it, I'm telling you. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, folks, I got to tell you, yeah. I got to tell you, every once in a while on this cattle stage, I'm reminded of all the cool people we get to be with and the interviews I get to do, and I get to share a publisher beside. His books have sold a lot more than mine, I promise you that. But I've got to meet several of the Robertsons, and they are the real deal. And we do have size books, psychology out here, so you can go get that. He's going to be signing books here after this session is over. And Cy, just to get my book a little more attention, I'll tell them if they buy my book, they get to cut to the front of the line. Are you okay with that? Hey, what do you think?
I'll leave it up to the folks.
No, hey, Catalyst, don't you just love Cy? Let's give him a big hand.
Look, everybody's leaving.
Cy's going to be in the lobby. If you've got a packet of